Man, we are finally here. We've all been waiting for it. The NBA Finals are here. Make sure you check us out. Game 1 will be streaming live. Myself, Stak, Mad Max, and a couple other guests are going to pop through, so make sure you guys tap in with that. Today we have a very special edition of Unplugged with Larry O'Brien. Hope you guys enjoy that. But before we get to that, the NBA Finals are officially here. No big market teams this year, and I wonder how that will affect viewership. Although I still feel it's going to be a great finals. Two very deep teams. OKC Thunder versus the Indiana Pacers. Man, number 1 seed dominated all year long. My whole thing with OKC this year was this can be the year that they get knocked early, or they've learned from their past and they're ready to make that run. I said that. You guys go back and check the files. Obviously, this is the year they've learned from the past, and I have them winning, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Before we get to the finals, let's quickly shout out the Knicks and the Wolves. Man, shout out the Knicks. I know people get impatient and expect shit to just happen, but I mean, this is a very solid season. Eastern Conference Finals. Brunson was amazing. Cat was amazing throughout the year. OG, their cast of stars. Questions are kind of surrounding this team about what's next. They got a little taste and it's not enough. Some people are saying possibly Cat could be on the move. It'd be very interesting. Offensively, was very solid this year and in the playoffs, played really well, but you're hearing rumbles from the locker room about his antics on defense and his lack of effort on defense, and probably kind of explains why OG went off on him the one time the camera caught him going off, because they say Cat be on his own shit on the defensive end. So ain't no telling. There's a lot of big names out there that could possibly make a move to the Knicks. Kevin Durant is one of them. I know he was close to going before, and he chose Brooklyn. Obviously, Giannis. I think it's a coin flip. Giannis could either stay in Milwaukee or he could be on the move, and he would be incredible there. One other person that could possibly be on the move and I think needs a fresh start and can be great would be Zion. It'd be very interesting. I mean, say what you want about Zion. When he's on the court, he's a problem. Shoots very high efficiency. He rebounds the ball. He scores the ball. He just has to stay on the court. We'll see what this summer. I mean, I saw Sham said something last week. This is going to be a very explosive summer. He didn't use that word. That's my words, but I'm summarizing. There's going to be a lot of big movement this summer. So excited to see who lands where and what happens. I also want to shout out Minnesota, man. Although they weren't very impressive in the Western Conference Finals, I think Ant will learn a lot from this year and come back even better. I like to see that Julius Randle somewhat caught his rhythm in the playoffs. Didn't play that well in the Western Conference Finals, but I think they're possibly a piece away from really doing something crazy. But over the last 2 years, Anthony Edwards and his teams have taken down Jokic. They've taken down Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. And then this year they took down LeBron James and Luka, and they took down Steph Curry and the Warriors. So say what you want, 23. Obviously a lot of room to grow for Ant. We're throwing the face of the league out there. Obviously, I still think he's got some growth, but I mean, he's on a great trajectory for his age and what he's been able to bring to that city. So really exciting to see if they do anything this offseason. Sparks or Fire presented to you by Roe Sparks. You can't spell rock without the Roe. Shout out Gino. Long-lasting ED treatment. Shams reported this offseason, the Knicks can target a landmark player. Is this Sparks or Fire? This is fire. And I think this is a great time for it to happen. Unfortunately, I remember through my career, guys were just kind of afraid to go to the Knicks because not necessarily what was on the court, but what was running the team. Management, ownership. They seem to have things figured out. Shout out Worldwide West and Leon and all those guys that are making an imprint in management over there. We've seen some huge names talked about. Again, as we just mentioned earlier, you could see a Giannis, a Kevin Durant, a possibly Zion. So I'm hoping for the Knicks coming off this season that they are able to add another piece, whether that be a player or bring a coach in that manages that group a little bit different. So we shall see. But that is definitely fire. I would love to see the Knicks land a superstar this offseason. Anyway, let's get to the NBA Finals. That's why we're here. Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Indiana Pacers. Some are calling it the Paul George Finals because he's moved through these franchises and from trading him and moving him around. all these teams have got got a lot of pieces and a lot of draft picks. But let's get to it. The finals, are they attractive? My question has always been, the NBA has always kind of pushed for big brands, larger markets, and this is two smaller markets with two very talented teams. This will be the 8th season straight that we have a new champion. We haven't had a back-to-back winner since the Warriors in 17 and 18. Let's start out by talking about the Indiana Pacers. Do they have a chance? The DraftKings has the Thunder at a minus 700 favor, which is a huge difference. The only 4 seed to ever win in the history of the game was the 1969 Celtics. That's obviously where Indy sits. No 5, 7, or 8 team has ever won. The Rockets in 94 were the only 6 seed to ever win. Was Max on that team? Shout out Max. Of course he was. Let's take a look at each starting lineup and see who gets the nod, in my opinion. So first off, starting with the 2 stars, SGA is at about 30 points, 6 assists, and Halliburton is at 19, 10, and 6 with under 2 turnovers a game, really taking care of the ball and running that team. I'm going to give Shea the nod. I mean, he's on a historical run for guards right now, and we'll tap into that a little bit later. But I'm going to give Shea the nod at the point guard. Lou Dort and Nembhard. Dort was absolutely incredible. Obviously, it was a team effort, but Dort was incredible on Anthony Edwards. His ability to slow him down. First team all defense. Congratulations to him. And then Nembhard has been tough. Scored the ball really well early on. Scored the ball really well in the playoffs last year. Didn't necessarily score it well in the Eastern Finals, but played great defense on Brunson, which I like to see. So look for him to hopefully be able to produce on the offensive end too. I'm going to give, that's a tough one. I'm going to come back to that one because I think obviously Nembhard can score the ball better than Dort, but Dort's just been incredible on defense, but Nembhard's been really solid on defense too. So let me come back to that one. Next up, Jalen Williams and Nesmith. We remember the historical run he had in game 1 in that fourth quarter to get Indiana the victory. Solid defense, sprained ankle, but didn't really slow him down. And then Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams has been solid in these playoffs. I think this is where stars are born, and he's starting to look for, his stardom. First time All-Star, all defensive team. I'm going to give him the nod on this one. So Jalen Williams has the nod at the 3. Chet and Pascal, this is interesting. Chet is a do-it-all. He scored well. He's played defense. He's rebounded the ball well. Pascal, obviously the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Shout out to his agent, Todd Ramazar, and his trainer, my dog, Rico Hines. They put a lot of work in with this kid, man. I've seen him grow over the years and really happy for all his success. I like Chet, but I'm going to give Pascal the nod on this one. So Indiana gets their first check. And then the center matchup, Hartenstein has done a great job in the playoffs. I think he needs to be a little bit more, not selfish on the offense because he's not a selfish player, but just look to every time he touches the ball, he's looking to move it, and I think they can scout that. Miles Turner has played well, a defensive, wall on that backside, but also has been able to stretch the floor and take advantage of the mismatches. So I'm going to give Miles Turner the nod on that. So the final one comes down to Lou Dort and Nembhard. I'm going to give Dort the nod, first team all defense. But I expect Nembhard to be a big part. If the Pacers have a chance to steal a couple games in this series, Nembhard is going to have to play well. Let's look at the bench. Caruso and Wallace versus McConnell and Topham. I'm going to give OKC the nod from the bench, and it's not necessarily with points. I think McConnell and Topping probably outscored the Caruso-Wallace duo, but I just think the combination of defense and offense that OKC is giving you with those two is going to be big. But McConnell's always been tough, proven vet, and then I like the way Topham was showing his ass against his former team, the Knicks. So this is going to be a beautiful series. Again, odds makers have this as a landslide, but I think it's going to be a little closer. I think this is probably going to be what am I thinking? I'm thinking it's going to be maybe a 4-2 OKC. Obviously, clashes of style. OKC has had their defense. It's been beautiful, as someone who is a big defensive guy, and the way defense has kind of got away from this league of late. The way this team plays, first of all, man-to-man defense. They have 3 or 4 guys that are locked down defenders, but this is obviously the best defensive team as a whole I've seen too. The way they're on the string, they make the second and third effort. They're all on the line. They have been beautiful on the defensive end. And then Indy on the flip side, Indy's offense has been incredible. They lead in 3-point percentage, field goal percentage, and assists in these playoffs. Again, Tyrese is the head of that, getting downhill and making his teammates better while hitting clutch shots at the same time. Is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar yet? That's kind of been buzzing around. When you look at the numbers, obviously they're not crazy numbers, 19, 10, and 6, but then and again taking care of the ball. But what he means to that team is he's so instrumental to that team, and his energy carries that team. His pops is in the crowd holding it down for him. That's a good question. I think obviously if he does his shit in the finals, I think you start looking at Tyrese Halliburton as a superstar in this league. Again, we touched on Pascal Siakam has been incredible. 21-6, shooting 46% from three, but just huge games, clutch baskets. Someone that's crazy. They don't run a ton of plays for this guy either. He just gets to the money, gets downhill, knocks down shots, takes advantage of mismatches. Really smart player, and really has just played well. And again, shout out to his circle. That's his circle is the UCLA family, man. They've been working with this kid for a long time, so he's been incredible as well. Our brothers Ak and Barack over at Ring Champs recently had Terence Bud Crawford on the episode. He talked about fighting Canelo in September and also meeting Allen Iverson for the first time. Check out this clip.
I met Iverson years ago, and he knew my whole story. I was just like,
word.
It's crazy.
What's the first thing he said to you?
He was like, Bud!
Word?
I was like, Iverson.
Yo, that's crazy.
I was over there like, dog, man. He was like, man, I'm a big fan, man, dude. Like,
how many years ago you think?
Man, I don't even know, probably like 6 years ago. So.
If you had to compare yourself as a fighter to an NBA player, who would it be?
Shit, Iverson.
Iverson, that's what made me think of that.
For sure.
Fighting against the system.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Not the biggest guy in the world, but plays with a big heart. Throw it down on you like 6 foot tall.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it hurt you that you can't really play basketball?
Nah.
That you
'Cause
suck?
I'm a boxer.
Oh, okay.
But you couldn't beat me on your best day.
You probably couldn't beat him.
I'm past my prime, bro. I'm past my prime. I'm past my prime.
So why would you even speak on basketball if you can't beat me?
No, because I think you think
you
you're
never
good,
could beat me.
and you're not.
I done beat a lot of people that think they can play.
For game one of the NBA Finals, I'm making the picks with DraftKings Pick6. I feel like no brainer. Shea is going to have more points than the DraftKings Pick6 crew has him at. And for the Indiana Pacers, I feel like Nembhard, if this team has a chance going into OKC, young fella, he's going to have more points than the DraftKings Pick6 team has him at. Want to shout out BESLA and the Black Entertainment and Sports Lawyer Association. I got an award out there this past week. They had me out. Got to meet a lot of great people, a ton of Black young lawyers in this sports and entertainment space. It was a beautiful thing, so shout them out. And also, man, I've been on the move. I took my 4 sons to go see my 98-year-old grandmother this weekend in Seattle, man. She'll be 98 next month, still living by herself, doing her daily routine, has horses on a farm. Actually found out not only am I obviously Black from my dad's side, but I talked to my grandma. I'm German and Italian. I didn't know that. I only thought I was Italian, but found out this weekend that I have German in my blood. So I think it's time for me to do that ancestry shit, see what the hell's going on, because I got a lot of shit going on in me. But, man, love my Noni, 98. Happy birthday soon. It was great to see her and great for her to meet the boys. So, man, make sure you guys tap in. OKC versus the Pacers. It'll be a first-time champion for one of these clubs, and I'm really excited. We'll be live streaming game one. Myself, Stak, Mad Max, and a few other people will pop through the stream. So make sure you guys tap in with us. Enjoy the game. So we got a special episode today. The Larry O'Brien Trophy took a stop into the All the Smoke studios, and Stak and I sat down together and reminisced on the ups and downs of our runs. Hope you guys enjoy that. Welcome back, All the Smoke. It's a little different this trip. We had to come out here for some business. So we don't have a guest today. And it's been a long time, past due, overdue, since me and my guy, Stephen Ulysses Jesse Jackson, have just sat down.
The third.
The third.
Yeah.
Have chopped it up, man. So That's what we're going to do today. But before we do that, Jack, you always look out for me with the shoes, and it's always hard to find you shoes because you have pretty much everything. But I got you some custom boys today that I think you're going to like, and it's crazy because you had just sent me some shit that you had me some shoes. So I was just like, perfect.
But last time y'all got me some custom shoes.
No, it's not the
that was
protege.
some brown proteges.
It's not the protege.
So I don't know what we doing.
It's not the protege.
I'm on guard this time. What we doing?
Y'all know I like shit. Oh, the cameras is looking.
Your shoes are on the way. I showed you what shoes I got coming for you today. But now they're starting off hella well with the box, and it's heavy too. Man, I don't have no protege in here. Oh no, is it a whole? Oh, it's kind of cold. Is there a whole bunch of bacon in here? Is it bacon in here?
Nah, bro,
It's cold.
some shoes.
It's cold. I think it's bacon. I knew it. I knew it.
What's in there?
Hey, I knew him too well, bro. I knew it. It was cold at the bottom. He couldn't even give me no beef bacon.
Pork. Appreciate you, bro.
The box will fool you. And the weight, it started off real good, but the bottom too cold. The bottom too cold. It told. I knew it.
Oh, man. Anytime I eat bacon, I'm at the grocery store, bacon bits, anything, I'll take a screenshot. If you guys see me and Stak's conversation, like 85% of it
is pictures of bacon.
it's cold.
On a random day, I should get a picture of him with some bacon. One day, I actually told him some of that shit actually looked good.
He did. He almost gave in, man. I promise you soon he gonna take a bite.
No,
Pause.
sir.
But Jack, today, man, we got a very special guest. Larry O'Brien is making his way around the country. Give it up for him.
Yeah, shout out Larry.
Playoff time.
The one and only.
And Jack, we're blessed because we're the very first stop of seeing the trophy. Thanks to our girl Tina who brought it in with
Thanks
the
to the
yeah,
NBA. We appreciate y'all.
But first stop is here on All the Smoke, man.
Man, you know, Larry's a real one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, his first stop had to be to pull up on some real ones.
Yeah.
So I get it. It makes sense.
It makes sense. Larry, you made the right choice.
Charlie, what's
I can
up,
see
man?
myself
Good
talking
see
to
you.
Larry.
Boy, I missed you. It's been a while.
So, Jack, we're going to talk about our journeys to get to our NBA championships. Very different, very similar in some ways, but we played different roles on teams that were able to say they won a championship. And I want to start with yours. Obviously, very talented, touted, class of 96. The McDonald's game, you finally got Kobe to stamp, rest in peace to our brother before, that you weren't the MVP? That shit made you feel so good that day when he said, oh, you weren't the MVP, Stak?
What makes me feel good is everybody from 96, when we talk about it,
They know.
they think I won MVP.
Yeah.
Everybody thought I did.
Right.
So it's all
That means
good.
you-
Shout out
you
Shane
played
Holloway,
well.
though. We had that conversation.
From there, it's time to take your act to college.
Mm-hmm.
And it's documented, your stories with Mike Bibby. Actually, quick story, I'm leaving today after we're done to go fly with Mike and meet with some money people up in Sac State. Congrats to our boy Mike Bibby for his new job. But that was your dog.
Steve
You're out in
Jr. waiting on the
Arizona.
car.
There you go. Come on, plug it. That's family. Tell us real quick about your SAT shit and how come it never ended up working out at Arizona.
Well, one.
I don't want to skip over it because
Yeah.
it's a good story.
Yeah, well, one, I took the test about 6 or 7 times. Before I actually got to Arizona, I took the test. It was just too early, man. 6, 7 in the morning, and sometimes I didn't even go. And when I did show up, I go in there.
So late nights would stop you from the SAT?
Yeah.
You was living a crazy life because I wasn't really having that kind of many late nights when I was.
I was not living the athlete's life. Okay, I was not living the athlete's life. I show up to the test 30 minutes late, and they'll let me in because I play basketball, and I write my name and fall asleep. Wake up, somebody will wake me up some kind of way, and I'll get to abracadabra all the way through there. Next time I don't go. So finally, when I get to Arizona, they actually had me let me come to campus for the first semester. When I was supposed to go to school there with Mike, we had the number one recruiting class.
Who else was on that team? That's the year they won the national championship, right?
Yep, Mike Bibby, Jason Terry, Eugene Eggerson, Miles Simon, AJ Bramlett.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, we had a good team. They set it up for me to take the test on campus with somebody in the house.
Someone was going to help you.
Well, I didn't know that time. I'm not used to nobody, especially not nobody white at the time helping me. So I wasn't used to nobody really helping me with no motherfucking test at all.
Right.
Right? So I'm sitting there, he put the test down there, and he like, okay, it's time to start. So I'm just Doing what I do. Abracadabra, baby. That's because I don't know this shit, so I'm not finna waste my time actually trying to figure it out. I don't know it. None of it.
It's for sure.
For sure. It's 100% sure that I'm gonna fail. I finished the test, I slide to him like, man, you know, and I even, you know, I try to play it off. Doesn't I?
That was tough.
I tried to even give him a tough side, like I worked my brain. I'm surprised you didn't ask me no questions. So the whole time he was sitting there to help me with every question I needed help with, and he didn't say nothing until I finished the test. So I could have been in college and got a national championship, but I didn't know he was there to help me. I thought he was just administering the test.
So your journey moves on. You don't get a chance to go to Arizona.
Yeah.
You're working out with dudes out there.
I'm actually working out with Dane, Mike Bibby's brother, Dane.
Okay.
He taking me to the gym every day. Mike is at school, and Dane, I'm working out with Dane every day. And Dane taking me up to the little gym, and I'm busting their ass up there. But Mike mom, I guess she was working for me the whole time. So what I didn't know too, I know now. My mom and Mike mom had a conversation right before like a week or two before that trial. I was trying to go back home. My mom was like, "You can't. It'll be over. You'll never hear about him again." And I think that's why Mike mama made that panic move to reach out to the Suns and give me a tryout. And so it happened like a week or two later after they had that conversation. And she take me up there. She wake me up, tell me to get my stuff, and we gonna play basketball. So I don't think I'm just gonna work out with Dane. I'm not thinking nothing different until we get by the facility. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she drives straight through. You know, I'm like, damn, okay. Oh, normally you gotta show ID or whatever. But she take me to the back of the gym, and she tell me to go to the court. You know what I'm saying? Danny Ainge just look at me like, yeah, nigga, go. You know. And I played well. They had one pick that year, the 42nd pick in the second round, and they had just made some trades, so they had lost all their picks. Steve Nash and George McLeod, Antonio McDyson, those guys. And they drafted me, but no roster spot. Guaranteed me $250,000, and that's when my journey started.
So from there, we have to take every stop. I'm gonna name them.
Damn.
But Lacrosse, how you say that?
Lacrosse, Wisconsin. That's the CBA before the D League.
What was that like?
Hell.
Nasty work.
Hell.
Nasty work.
12 guys in the 8-passenger van, driving 8 hours to play a game and driving right back. It wasn't no hotels. It was the worst. And I got cut.
Say the next name.
Sydney Kings, Australia.
Okay.
I broke my foot 2 weeks there.
Back after 2 weeks?
Home.
Back, where'd you go?
I came back home to Port Arthur.
Okay.
To Texas. Went back to Texas.
So rehabbed.
Yeah.
The next year, where you at? Venezuela?
Venezuela. One of the best, some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Marinos de Oriente, yeah, Venezuela.
Had a good time out there.
When I made $35,000, I came home with $2,000. Gave it all to the women. I would have gave them the $2,000, but I just had to have something to come. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There could be some.
I miss y'all.
There could be some young Jessies out there, could they?
I miss y'all.
Huh?
They treated me so well.
I heard.
Oh, Venezuela was something special.
For the low too.
It was crazy stories too, but for the most part, I loved it.
Could there be any offspring out there?
Maybe.
Possibly.
I mean, and it's a strong possibility.
Next stop, Fort Wayne Fury. What league is that?
Fort Wayne is
CBA?
CBA too. Fort Wayne is CBA too. I got cut from there too because they wasn't dealing with. I was young, so you got to remember I came out of high school, so I was young.
So is it you don't know how to play in a team system? Are you tripping? Is it unfair? Like, what are these experiences and stops?
I was nowhere close to being a professional.
Okay.
Basketball was still a game to me.
Okay.
I wanted to be in the streets and play basketball at the same time.
Gotcha.
Couldn't do it.
That doesn't work.
Couldn't do it.
No. 2000, Pueblo Nuevo.
Shout out to Pueblo Nuevo in Dominican Republic. I won a championship there. Actually, we need to go back there because they building a statue for me. And they just wait for me to come back. So we need to take the show back there and have a good time. But
that's where the kids might be, because isn't that where they carried you from the arena all the way back to your crib?
So I was going to say that. So
talk to us.
That, charge it to my head, not my heart. If just reach out to me and I'll get, I'll give shit right. Because I might have a few out there for real. Now that was different out there. They love the brothers out there for sure.
Great time, but explain how you won the championship and they carried you like a king all the way to your crib.
Yeah, so the city is all they have, bro. Is this basketball team? I'm talking about they die behind it. The games are so serious where if you're not sitting in VIP, you got to sit behind the gate. They got a gate because the people all the way up, they get drunk and they ready to fight over the game every night. You know what I'm saying? So and that's how they carried us, but. It was big because they really appreciated winning that championship, like the whole city. Like, they carried us, bro, with my uniform on for about 10 blocks to my hotel.
That's
you know what I'm saying? They partied outside my hotel all night. But it's good because I get DMs from these people all the time. They still appreciate that championship, bro. And the fact that we're doing good stuff, now they still appreciate it.
Let's find a date and find out when they're doing your statue, and let's go
That'd
out there
be dope,
and
bro.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
we do it around like the playoff or championship out there. Could be a reunion. How many years ago was that? What year was that? 2000?
Yep.
25-year
25
reunion,
year.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
Perfect
so, yeah.
time.
Damn, your sons might be a little older, or daughters might be a little older. They might be 25, 26. Anyways, so how did you end up with the Nets?
Okay, so after trying out for 16 to 17 NBA teams and not making it, right before that, I was trying out for the Bulls, and it was last day of cuts.
Wait, did you go back in the draft, or you were kind of just like a free agent now?
I was just free agent.
Okay.
You know, but I'm in the system. That's
Right.
why I just wanted to get drafted. I'm in the system.
Okay.
Tried for the Bulls probably like 8 months before I signed with them, and I break my other foot. The day of, I went from wearing a penny to now I'm on the starting five.
You know, those are those stress fractures, right?
Yeah.
Those were going around that time a lot. Remember, like it was weird how like it went in waves
born
of the
with 'em.
injury. Yeah, like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I ended up breaking my foot, so I was
Jack
damn
didn't
it.
look like a motherfucker that ran 17s, but go ahead.
I broke my foot and I damn near gave up. You know, so my mom, she had to really, put something in me to get myself back going. And that's when I ended up getting an opportunity to play Summer League. I played Summer League. I can't remember the team who I played Summer League with, but I had a good Summer League. It might have been the Vancouver Grizzlies. And I balled out or something like that. And last minute, I got a call from New Jersey to come to camp. They had a full roster, a whole bunch of vets, so they was just using me as a body. I wasn't thinking that. Went there balling. Then I had, Steph. As soon as I got the starting point guard, Marbury, he embraced me. The number one pick was Kenyon Martin. That was already my boy. I was both being from Texas, so it was a nice fit. I had both of them embracing me. And I was playing well. I kept playing well until Byron Scott, like he said on the show, he was like, who is this young kid? You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting invited to camp and making a roster. Didn't know I was going to start my first game, but I was just happy to make the roster.
So you end up, and I forgive me, we've done so many interviews, I forgot because for a while there was some hostility because you didn't understand his point of view. He said it on the show, but repeat what was the reason why you weren't playing after you played so well? Because you made the rookie All-Star game, right?
I was leading all rookies in scoring. Going into All-Star break. After All-Star break, we come back, he don't play me. And like I said, I was still trying to learn how to be professional, man. I didn't know the business.
Yeah.
He had to play the older guys. You know what I'm saying? At that time, me, as a kid, I'm just thinking he fucking over me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, after talking to him, I understand now. Yeah, I understand now. He had to play those sorry-ass guys older than me. But I was busting their ass at the time. But they were my OGs. But if I didn't have Steph, Kenyon, and even Sherman Douglas there, I probably would have lost it. Because my grandfather had died from my first year. As soon as I got there, my grandfather had died.
Oh, yeah, that's somebody. We don't talk enough about that mental side of all the shit you're going through while still trying to
Stephen Jesse Jackson, I'm named after my grandfather.
Come on, man. So from that experience with the Nets, you're confident now you know you could play in this league. You land with San Antonio. How does that happen?
So while I'm not playing, we play the Spurs in New Jersey. And it's a timeout. It's halftime and they warming up. Mike Brown walks down to the Nets bench like, keep your head, we come to get you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Out the blue, random.
Yep, tampering.
Tampering.
Straight
Exactly what it was.
Came up to, hey, we come to get you.
Right.
Keep your head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I ended up going to play Summer League with them after that year. And that's when I ended up signing with the Spurs.
How long does it take you to start getting some real playing time on that team? Because that's a team that won a championship, obviously. So who was on that team? Remind us who was on that team. What year?
So this was
02?
So my first year there was 02. And I was on the injury list. I didn't play that whole year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, me and what's
Speedy?
Spider? No,
Oh,
Charles
Spider.
Smith. Me and Charles Smith from New Mexico. He went to New Mexico. He from Dallas too. We both was on the injury list.
The whole season?
They was playing him a little bit, but I was on the injury list.
So you were just working out and
just working out.
Were you grinding though, or were you on your bullshit?
No, I was grinding.
Okay.
Because this like
Right.
in
Second
San
chance.
Antonio,
Yeah.
I walked into a professional organization where it wasn't nobody to go hang out with and smoke. There wasn't nobody to hide with.
You
You
gotta
know what I'm
act
saying?
right.
And then that year, they had just got Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Who else did we had? We had got Bruce Bowen, Danny Ferry, Steve Kerr, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony, Malik Rose, Kevin Willis. You know what I'm saying? So we had Steve. So and that's I didn't start playing till I didn't start playing till 2002, 2003, the next year.
So how did that work? How did you get yourself in the rotation there?
So the following year I played Summer League again. He Pop made me play
Back in
Summer
San
League.
Antonio?
And this was Tony's first year.
Okay.
This was Tony, and I went crazy in Summer League. Go crazy to when I come back, Tim kind of started embracing me more. We started playing paintball. I started hanging out with him more, and I spent the whole summer. This is the first summer in my whole life where I spent it working out. No, I was working out the whole summer. Didn't leave San Antonio.
That's not normally your MO.
Hell nah, I'm going to party, do my thing. I didn't do none of that summer. To the point where I came in the season, I was
ready
right.
to go.
I was ready to go.
Yeah.
And about 18 games into the season, I was averaging probably like 15 off the bench.
That's dope.
And in Seattle, I was telling a story about Seattle when I was out with Rashard Lewis and something happened the night before, and I'm thinking Pop calling me in the room the next day to get on me about it, to cut me. Him and Tim sat in the room
This
saying,
is pre-social media.
Pre-social
if it was this
media,
era, you would have been in trouble.
It would have been over with.
Because some fists were thrown, but go ahead.
He probably wouldn't even call him up there. They probably just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But him and Tim was in the room when he called me in the room. We was in Seattle. He was like, man, you've been playing well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start you tonight. My whole attitude, I wasn't even thinking about starting because Steve Smith was my OG. That's who embraced me. You know what I'm saying? His wife used to cook for me and all that. He used to take me places. So walking in the locker room, I still was kind of uneasy. I wasn't too happy. I was happy, but I couldn't.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as I walked by him, I normally speak to him. I ain't even say nothing to him. He grabbed me like, young fella, nah. You supported me, I'm going to support you. That ain't for me and you. You go out there and do your, you know what I'm saying? And him and Pop beefed the rest of the year. But
really?
I needed to hear that. But that was my OG.
But he supported you, though. That's different. Because
I needed that.
There's not a lot of that no more. It's a lot of sneak dissing and shit. Yeah.
That was my OG. So he made it easy for me to go out there and play after that.
Second round of the 2003 playoffs, you're playing Kobe and the Lakers, who beat you last year, 3-time champs. Game 5, tied 2-2. What were you thinking when Robert Horry
missed the shot?
Shot this shot? Probably the only shot he ever missed in the clutch.
We always thinking with Tim Duncan face said it all.
That shit was
Look
down,
Tim Duncan
too.
face. Watch Tim Duncan face.
That was in and out. Big shot, Bob. Can we get some sound? Can we get some sound on this shit?
We can't even celebrate. Nobody can really even celebrate. That's supposed to be an L. Rob hit that shit 9 out of 10 times. I had a bad game this game too.
That shit was in. Woo!
That changed the series right there.
Jelena, were you on that team? Were you on that team or you was already gone?
Nah, he wasn't on that team. They was on their way to 4-peat.
That would have put them up 3-2. Instead, you go up 3-2.
Going back to LA.
And then you close it out game 6.
No, Tim closed it out.
Yeah.
What Tim do that game?
I don't know, but it was outrageous. He went to work.
Let's see what Tim's numbers were.
Look at game 6 for sure, though.
37, 16, and 4.
In LA.
To send him home.
16 for 25 from the field.
Ooh, Timmy.
Dog, he was crossing over. He was floaters. He was
hitting that jumper.
and guess who locked Shaq up low key?
Malik Rose.
Kevin Willis.
Short arm.
Came in big time.
Did he?
Big time. Had Shaq shooting hooks, pushing him and shit. He used all 6 of his fouls, but he made it hard on Shaq.
He was strong though. Short arms.
Shaq had to go at Tim. Tim was cooking Shaq.
He went to size 12 too.
After round 1, so round 2 through the finals, Duncan averaged 27, 15, 5, and 3 blocks. There was an argument going around social media that Duncan was never the best player in the league.
Commercial-wise, basketball player-wise, he was.
So next round, Dirk talked about it on the show. He gets injured.
Thank you, Dirk. I mean, I don't say thank you, but, bruh,
Appreciate you.
it was a whole different series when he got hurt.
Game 5, game 6, you're averaging 22 points per game and shooting 50% from the 3. What was your mindset during that time?
I was hooping, just happy to be out there. I knew how Pop was. You know, he wanted me to play the way they wanted to play. You know what I'm saying? The Spurs style.
And you bought in finally.
But at times, especially in the playoffs, I had to be me. You know what I'm saying? Because the throwing it inside the Tim, spacing, that's, you know, teams are scouted, they own that. And it's swing, if them threes ain't falling, you got to have somebody, so Pop started running plays for me. I was posting up, you know what I'm saying? And I can come down, I like to walk up 3.
Yep.
He started letting me play my game a little bit. And I think, it had a lot to do with Tim having a lot of confidence, going to Pop telling me to give me more shots. But
Give him the okay.
I had to step up because Tim, he was in and out in that series, and Tony was definitely not having a good series because from Stephon Marbury for round 1 Who he had around? He had Derek. He had a good series against the Lakers, but that series against Dallas, he was struggling.
Who was the point guard there?
Steve
Was it
Nash and Nick Van Exel.
Oh,
he was
Nick-
struggling.
Nick was
so
tough.
if you look at it, Speedy Claxton played that whole series.
This episode is brought to you by Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network. I know we stay joking, but let me take a second to put on my serious voice. Because this isn't a joking matter. Me personally, I would never joke about a 5G network that has invested billions in building 5G towers across the country.
Me neither.
Not even once.
Me neither.
Feel me?
Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network and also provides coverage across 99% of America. Seriously. Visit boostmobile.com or your nearest Boost Mobile store for more information.
The Boost Mobile network together with our roaming partners covers 99% of the U.S. population. 5G speeds not available in all areas. Bro, that's some 95s you rocking?
Yes, sir. Better late than never. Couldn't afford them in high school, but I can now.
How much they hit you for?
Couple hundred.
Let me check that out. I'm about to get those.
Whether you're hunting for the latest drops you may have missed or investing in the grails, StockX is where you need to be.
And they don't just do sneakers. We're talking about watches, collectibles, electronics. StockX got it all.
StockX gives you global access and transparent pricing, a marketplace that keeps it 100 every time. That's what StockX is bringing to the game.
Stay fresh with StockX.
Tommy John's have changed the game. Their underwear are the most comfortable I've ever worn. They're silky soft, breathable, and lightweight. If you don't believe me, check the waistband. Ever since Tommy John has been sending me products, it's all I've been wearing. They're the true MVP in the underwear game. What are some of the problems that other underwear brands give you that Tommy John doesn't? These things let my balls breathe. And that's the most important thing. They hold them nice and tight, but they can also breathe. So get you some. Double down with comfort on Tommy John and get 25% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/smoke with the promo code SMOKE. Save 25% at TommyJohn.com/smoke. I'll see you there. So here, you're here with the finals versus your old team. How good was Jason Kidd? I think people quickly forget how great Jason Kidd was on both sides of the ball.
I mean, I've never got a chance to. I hear about Magic Johnson and his passes and the way he was on the court, but I actually played with J. Kidd. I actually seen it against him. I've never seen nothing like it. The way that's the best passer. That's actually the best passing point guard I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Playing against him, and then later in his career, he became a scorer with that shit. You know what I'm saying? When we played against him in the finals, dog, he was frying Tony
Downhill.
And it was just and he was hitting jumpers and shit. His jumper had came around. You know what I'm saying? And he was still fast. Like definitely top 5 point guard of all time in my mind. But I think that year, him and Tim was neck and neck for MVP voting. That's the type of year he was having, because Tim was having an unbelievable year. So for a point guard to be right there with Tim, I let you know J. Kidd was balling too. And they had just been to the finals, back-to-back years.
So you find yourself from the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, the CBA, year 3 in the NBA. You're in the NBA Finals versus your old team. Like, what's your mindset?
One, I was happy to be home. You know, I was 5 hours from the house. My family was there. Definitely was thinking about making big plays against my old team. You know what I'm saying? I did everything. I hit Kenya with a nice in and out move, fucked over him, and you know what I'm saying? I did it so bad they called carrying. You know what I'm saying? I got him. Told Richard Jefferson ass to pieces the whole series because they got rid of me for, you know what I'm saying, to bring him in. You know what I'm saying? So, and Byron Scott, you know, I didn't understand at the time, so I really wanted to fight him.
You was on some other shit. Was you smoking during this time?
We had one drug test then, of course.
Okay, I just
I
want
was
to make
blowing
sure.
it down. We had one,
Yeah.
2003, we only had one drug test. And that was in training camp.
Yes, sir.
I was blowing the roof off.
So let's take a look at this. What do we have here, Dylan?
This is game 6.
Whiskey
Down
lips.
3-2. I'm not going to play sound. He's going to sound that.
Okay.
But this is on the fourth quarter. You're down 5 at this point.
Down 5 with 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
Nice pass, wind up.
So pause it. So before that, what was the scoring drought? We had a long drought of scoring before Pop put me back in the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you just got back in the game
I just got back in the game.
First shot. So in your mind, you're saying, I should have been in here.
I'm always feeling.
Look how they're defending Duncan.
3 people on it,
Swarmed.
dog.
That's a nice penetrating
You
kid.
Down 2 now. Timeout.
That's one person that always made me feel
Good defense. Who?
feel appreciated, like I was really like that Ginobili. Like he really made me feel like I was nice.
He fuck with you?
That was my boy, dog.
This is David Robinson's last year?
Last year. Yep, last year.
Was he giving y'all anything?
He gave us enough.
Yeah. I remember how we saw a highlight tape of him not too long ago. Oh, my God. Another step-in boy. So you're on a 6-0 run yourself right here.
Yeah, I think J. Kidd turned it over or something. No, King turned it over. So some Ginobili.
Good rebound.
I'm looking for it. You know I'm looking for it.
Ready, too.
You know I'm looking for it. Going opposite of Tim because I know they finna double. Hold on. Can I just go back?
Yeah,
Rewind it
come
before
on.
Tim get the ball. Look at Ginobili. This how you know he my boy. Watch he look to see where I'm at to make sure I'm in that slot. You see it?
Who's in the slot?
He wanted to make sure I was in that slot because he knew I was hot. He the one gave me the first pass. Watch him look. So he pulling him over. Smart, bro. His IQ was through the roof, dog. Come on, J. Kid, you gotta get out there, baby.
3 straight. Aaron Williams.
Gonna call foul on Speedy. Aaron Williams, nah.
Light skin dude.
Hey, but you know the announcer, Bill Walton, and another guy, Tom Tolbert. And if you listen to it, he said, and a miraculous comeback from the Spurs, and by Stephen Jackson, who was cut by the New Jersey Nets.
Oh, really?
Bill Walton say that.
That's dope.
On the same video. He's so dramatic, huh, Bill Walton. Who was cut by the New Jersey? The two bands, Catino and Steve Francis. They used to wear 4 of them. That's where I got it from.
And here's the moment that you get Larry.
So you guys were able to come through and beat them. Revenge against your old team. This is rest in peace, David Stern.
Yep.
Presenting this trophy right here to your team. Like, what's going through your mind right now when he's saying all this stuff, knowing you had a big hand in the success?
I don't know can you see me anywhere up there? I'm probably either in the back with my brother and them running around. I'm trying to pull my people down. I'm somewhere running around. I don't even think I was up there. I probably came up there late, but I was trying to get my people. Because I was trying to get my people down to the court. You know me, I'm trying to get my brother, my mom, and everybody to come down. And I don't even remember none of this. I probably got up the last minute, but I don't remember none of that.
I know this summer nobody could tell you shit this summer.
I had my jersey on to the next morning.
I believe it.
Whole uniform. Went to the club with it on.
Yeah.
All that.
Cracked.
Yeah,
Cracked.
just doped up. Completely.
That's the first time I seen you the summer after you won this in Las Vegas at Gerg's camp.
Yes.
And you had a throwback jersey onto your knees. Like, motherfuckers really couldn't tell you nothing. I could tell by the way you was walking. I didn't really know you then, but I could just tell by your George Jefferson step that there wasn't too much you could really say.
You could tell how I walk. I ain't
Man,
from around here.
Yeah, boy, it was strutting. I could tell you couldn't really tell Stak shit. But, I mean, amazing.
It felt good, bro. It felt
Amazing.
good to get that early in your career.
Yeah.
Now it's just, now you got to get the money. Now you got that out the way.
Go chase it.
Pivot to you, bro. 2017, you get a championship. You get a chance to build a relationship with old Larry right here.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
It's my last. I just signed a contract with. I left Memphis. I played in Memphis. I was supposed to get what I was told by a person in charge. I was supposed to get a 3-year, $30 million deal there and finish there. Mm-hmm. I was promised that.
In Memphis?
I was told that.
Yeah.
And then.
Who was that? Zebo and them?
Zebo, TA. A couple weeks later, I hear they've changed their mind, and that's when they give Chandler Parsons that big. I think he got 80 or something, or 60 or something. He got a nice deal over there, but he was hurt and couldn't play. So I'm like, that's what you motherfuckers get. Now, I fuck with Chandler, obviously, but that's what you get for backdooring me. So anyway, I'm off, and I'm thinking Sacramento just has a brand new arena built. Fuck it, let me just go finish my career at home. So I signed a 3-year deal there and just figure, hey, I'm going to finish up with my hometown. This will be dope. As soon as I get there, bro, it's crazy. And I've told this before, but like they were scared to talk to Boogie from the top to the coaches. And for some reason, I think they even wrote an article about this shit. They used to call me like the Boogie Whisperer because everyone would bring me stuff they don't want me to tell Boogie. It was the weirdest shit. Like, no one wanted to tell Boog anything. But
That should have been an extra paycheck.
come on, man. Let me get a little bit more. But crazy. So they're telling me pretty much the whole year they're not going to trade him. Just make sure he knows they're not trading him. We're not going to trade him. Not going to trade him. All-Star break. And by the way, I'm back in Sac. I'm popping. I got it in the crib on the river. It's cracking out there. I haven't been home in a long time. I've been in LA for so long, so I'm back home.
Is Boogie using you as a bridge between the
Boogie doesn't really give a fuck.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't really give a fuck.
Right.
You know, I think he said me and I think he said Reggie Evans. There wasn't very many people like he looked up to and he respected that would listen to, and I just happened to be one of them. So, you know, I was just kind of like kind of big homie to him. But anyway, life is good. We're playing well. We're a couple spots out of the playoffs. I think we're a couple spots out of maybe 2 games out of the playoff running, going into All-Star break. I'm chilling. Next thing I know, Boogie gets traded during the All-Star game while he's on the like he's doing interviews, and someone comes and whispers in his ear during the shit that he had been traded, and I'm just like, these motherfuckers literally said, bro, the whole entire time, Vlade and them, we're not trading them, we're not trading them. Long story short, he gets traded. So me and Vlade have a call, just like, you know, like this, you guys are about to start rebuilding. Like I'm 37, you know, I'm 36 at the time, 37. I'm not gonna rebuild. And it's just like, this is what we'll do. Like, so obviously give you your whole contract and where do you want to go? Is there anywhere you want to go? Told him a few teams. He's just like, we'll work on it. So I'm home maybe a week and a half, chilling, working out, staying in shape, back in LA. And I get a call when I'm with the Twins at where the fuck, we had some little chicken wing spot, and it was actually Steve Kerr. He's just like, hey, you know, Kevin Durant just went down in Washington. We're gonna be in Chicago. We want you to come play with us. I'm like, what the fuck? So took the boys back to their mom, packed a bag, and I was flying to Chicago the next day, flew the whole day, got there before the game, and like first game I played like 20 minutes. Like Steve Kerr threw me right in the mix. So it was dope because obviously this is a high level,
Were you in shape?
Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah.
High level, high IQ team. It was perfect for me. You know, I could play kind of that Swiss Army knife where I can knock down shots. I could be the screen and roller and get that pocket pass and get it out to the shooters. It was perfect. They didn't really have to tell me shit, you know, because I'm already a very selfless player. But what was dope about that time, Stak, was this is 10 years from our Rebelieve run. So from the second I get there, bro, the locker room, the media, the fans,
Going
the
crazy.
city, like, what was that team like? What was Stak like? What was Barron like? What was Monte like? What was it like during that time? And then obviously a ton of, you know, we took it to a certain level, we believe, and then that team came and kind of took it over the top and started winning championships. But I found it so crazy how fascinated they still were with that We Believe team. So, we're running. Like this is post All-Star break, 25 games before the playoff start. KD goes down. I don't know how many games out of All-Star break, maybe 2 or 3 out of All-Star break. So I'm in there playing in the mix. Again, I'm playing anywhere from like 15 to 23, 25 minutes.
Second you starting or you second you?
No, I wasn't starting. I might have started a few games. But yeah, I started a few games, but second unit, but just getting good minutes. You know what I mean? Steve used to like, I can throw you in there like a middle relief pitcher. Yeah, super deep, bro, but just smart. I mean, it's Iggy, it's David West, it's Sean Livingston. Like, it was a good team. And one thing I remember the most about that team was the work ethic. And luckily I got there before the drama kind of started happening, because before the drama, bro, was the most unbelievable shit ever. Just the energy was so pure. Everybody fuck with each other. Off days, the whole entire team is in there getting treatment, lifting weights, working out. Post-practice, man, Steph and KD used to work on one side, and Clay would be on the other side. And you would see them doing this 1 foot Steve Nash shit, because Steve Nash was like a special assistant coach then. He would pop in every once in a while. But during the playoffs, he was there a lot. So they're doing all this spin around, 1 foot balance shit. And you see Steph at 6'3", and then you see Kevin Durant at almost motherfucking 7 feet, and they're just mirror images of doing the shit. But all the lefty shots, 1 foot, fade away, off bounds, like all that shit, bro, every single day without they worked on that shit. And then you see Clay on the other side of the court. Clay will go 97 for 100 shooting jumpers. Like, just like unbelievable. And then you see Iguodala working on one, because I used to have to work, so I always wanted to obviously get my work in, but there was a pecking order here. Like, all the young guys worked together on the court, the Loonies and the younger guys at the time. Looney was a young cat. Iggy had a spot, Dre had a spot, Livingston had a spot, David West. So it was just a beautiful thing to see, bro, just to see how hard they work. And then when I went back, you know, our ownership at the time was, this ownership it was top notch, bro. So they took care of absolutely everything, man. They had a big old private plane for your family. They took care of the hotels. They fed them. Like, the shit was, all you had to do there was play basketball. So, Gino, although the Lakers are down, I hear you're still up.
Man, isn't that good news, though?
Yeah, I mean, at least you have a little bit to smile about.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, it's 10 in the morning and your phone hasn't stopped since you came in the office.
They loving me, bro. I can't tell you enough how much I thank Ro for putting me down with this.
So Rose just really changed your life.
Absolutely. Ro, you get it, man. You take it in 15 minutes.
How do you take it? Mouth?
You put it under your tongue, man.
It melts?
Yes, it does. It's like a
Evaporates.
lozenge.
Okay.
And it dissolves in 15 minutes and you're ready to roll, man.
Well, I'm going to sign up today, Gino, because it seems like your life outside of your team, your life is going great.
Absolutely.
And I need the energy and the glow and the skin that Ro has provided for you.
I mean, I went from Unk back to daddy out there. You know what I'm saying?
Unk
and we
back
going.
to daddy.
You dig what I'm saying? If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off your first order on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/smoke to find out if Ro Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/smoke for $15 off your first order.
You ever had one of those moments when you want to elevate your night? Maybe it's a dinner with friends or a celebration that calls for something extra. That's where Grand Marnier comes in. You probably heard of it, but have you tried the signature drink? The Grand Margarita. It's the twist of a classic margarita. It has the smooth richness of Grand Marnier's cognac, and combined with orange liqueur, a bit of citrus, and just the right amount of sweetness. With a taste like that, it's perfect for any occasion. Whether you're chilling at the crib or out with friends, a Grand Marg remixes a regular cocktail into something extraordinary. Don't just settle for a good cocktail when you can have something grand. It's about making your next drink one to remember. So when you're making your next margarita, remix it and make it grand with Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier liqueur, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. 2025 Campari America, New York, New York. Drink with style, drink responsibly.
Today's episode is brought to you by Venmo. Look, no matter how your team has done throughout the playoffs, there's still one way to feel like a winner, and that's with Venmo. That's because when you use Venmo and add $100 or more to your DraftKings account, you'll get an extra $30 in DraftKings bonus credits. Terms apply. Go to DraftKings.com/Venmo offer to activate your offer. Then choose Venmo to add funds to your DraftKings account. Add $100 or more, and boom. $30 in bonus credits will appear in your DraftKings account if you're eligible. The offer is only good through June 30th, 2025, or while supplies last. Make sure you move before the shot clock runs out. Here's the deal. Venmo makes it fast and easy to pay friends and spend at some of your favorite spots, like DraftKings, online, in-app, and in-store. If you don't have a Venmo account yet, don't sweat it. You can download the app and sign up in just minutes. So what are you waiting for? Just add $100 or more to your DraftKings account with Venmo, and you'll get $30 in DraftKings bonus credits. Go to DraftKings.com/Venmo offer and get those bonuses. Back to the basketball side of it, maybe a week before the playoffs start. Jelani, you guys came out right after I sprained my ankle, right? Like a week before the playoff. KD's first game back, bro. I get subbed in the game, and I want to say I hit my first 1 or 2 threes, if I'm not mistaken.
Against the Pelicans?
Yeah, against the Pelicans. Yeah. I was off to a good start, bro, and then I came down on someone's foot, bro, and it was the worst sprain of my life. I was devastated.
What kind of shoes you had on?
Some KDs. God damn it. So mentally, I'm like, fuck. Like, not now. Like, not KD's finally back. Like, we're getting in the playoffs. And again, I'm playing. Like, I'm playing good minutes. So I'm hurt, and the season finishes out, and this is fucked. Like, my ankle's huge, bro. I never had a ankle sprain that bad. So Jelani and them came up and kicked it. Gino, we're up in there, and we're fucking around, having a good time, smoke. But I'm icing that motherfucker constantly, having it rubbed on, wrapping. I was trying to do everything I possibly could, and that shit just wouldn't. It took so long. So I think by the time I felt okay, they sweep through Portland. Who we play in the second round? Play Utah in the second round and swept through them too, right? Yeah. And then the Spurs in the Western Finals, and that's when I'm finally like I can run in practice and I can kind of have anticipation cuts. So you know when you go through drills and you tell you to cut that you can brace yourself if you're hurt, but when you have to anticipate it, I finally started feeling good. But by that time, like I wasn't the rotation's already set. You know what I mean? So I'm from like a mental state. Like I'm an older player. Like I'm not gonna, if I get in, I get in. I'm gonna try to stay ready. But this is, I think now is my position to just continue to encourage these guys and kind of be the OG. So I had talks with Dre during that time, and I don't think he cares now because the world knows he smokes. But me and KD used to burn it down in the bathroom after every, you know what I mean, just talking about game, just talking about the game and breaking it down and what he's seeing out there and what they're doing to him. So we would always chop it up. So I was just kind of really on some older OG. I talking Dre off the ledge sometimes. So I kind of just took more of that OG, probably the same thing that Iggy and David West were doing to him, but I had a kind of different kind of connection to those guys. I got thrown there a couple times with Mike Brown. That's a whole nother story. Mike Brown played me with the Lakers, and he played me in this situation because he was more the head coach at this time because Steve Kerr fucked his back up. So I'm in there talking to Steve Kerr, and we're talking about alternative medicines and him smoking and trying to do different kind of things because remember he had that fucked up back for a while, so he didn't even coach in some of these playoffs. So I'm building a big relationship, a great relationship with Steve Kerr, and he's telling me, like, I can't wait till you get healthy next year, man. This is going to be great. You're going to fit in perfect. You know, we got a chance. We got a really good team here, and I'm excited to have you in the mix. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, fuck. I'm not going to play this year. Like, just be ready for next year. I'm going to be ready and really earn it. So long story short, this is the series where Zaza put his, somehow, some way, Kawhi, I don't know if Zaza did or not. I don't really, you know what I mean? But Kawhi lands on his foot. He's working this playoffs too, Jack. And that was my thing. Like, it was, I've always got a chance. And he's incredible. But even with my early Clipper days, like, I was guarding Kawhi and made Kawhi work on both sides of the ball. I played really well against Kawhi in the playoffs. So I'm thinking, man, I could have been one of them dudes out there guarding him. So it was really hard from a mental standpoint because I had worked so hard my career to kind of get to this championship point, and then I land back at the crib basically with one of the greatest teams ever, and I'm hurt. So again, so it's just that, and I've joked about, obviously, kind of this was like I was a passenger, you know, kind of getting to see firsthand how great this team was because, again, I felt like everything in my career, like I had grinded for, like nothing was ever handed to me.
Injury though, you was in rotation.
Yeah, but again, but that's why it's so hard. So it's finally like, damn, I'm here. I'm really here. Like with Orlando, we went to the Western Finals with the Lakers. We went to the second round. Like I'm finally here in the finals, and like I have the worst sprained ankle of my life. So long story short, man, we beat them. We beat San Antonio. We go to the finals and beat Cleveland, and it's great. Like the team wins, but I was kind of like, obviously thankful for the opportunity and enjoying the moment. But I think the thing I was thankful the most during that journey was just how gracious Steve Kerr was. And we talked about Steve when I interviewed him, like, you know, allowing the Twins in the mix. The Twins are like 7 or 8, bro. So they're they're on the plains, bro. They're in the Western Conference, you know, finals practice, having shootouts against KD and Steph at the end of practice. Like, it's just invaluable shit. They're in the locker room. Clay's teaching them how to roll paper planes, and you know what I mean, it's just like dope. So I really appreciated the fact they came to the morning breakfast when Coach Kerr was back talking and sitting with the guys and eating and going over game plans. So it was just something they never forgot and a tremendous experience. So again, thankful for the opportunity to win this thing, but it just like it didn't hit me as hard as it hit you because I wasn't actually out there going against Kawhi and LeBron and all these other dudes that I normally would have been out there in the mix with. So very thankful. And then I decided to step away after this season because business, a couple things I had doing, business started going well. And I wasn't really seeing the Twins that much. And I was really missing them. You know how I am with them. So I was just like, fuck it, man. Like, championship, team, you know, business is going good. I still have 2 years left of being paid. Yeah. So I have to give myself a 2-year gap to see what else I want to do, bro. So, you know, I stepped away. I thought about going back. Me and Bob had some conversations, but he said the owners wanted to go younger. So they went out and Dre was vouching for me. Even Steve Kerr was vouching for me, the dudes, but they went out and got Caspi. So, yeah, I ran him out of Sac low key, and then they got rid of him in Sac. So anyway, they want to go with him, and the shit, it doesn't end up working. And I come back for Steph's birthday in March. I go back out to the Bay for Steph's birthday, and they're like, man, you should come back. So I actually thought for a second. They were talking, and Mike Brown had called me and like, "Are you serious?" And I was just like, "Listen, because by that time I was done hooping. Like, man, this is shit when Ray almost died. This is when I'm every once in a while playing pickup basketball down at the shit in Oakland, but I'm blowing and chilling. Like, damn, I had a cool run. So I was like, man, I probably need like 3 to 4 weeks to get healthy. That'll be playoffs, and then I already know how rotations work. It's probably not gonna work. So it was a quick live. Like, damn, wish it would have worked, but it didn't. And that was it, bro. that was kind of the end of my journey. So
Steve tried to give me another shot too. Remember, when I was doing the jump, and he called me when I was fishing, talking about I want to bring you in for camp.
Oh, really? What year was that?
This was 2015, 2016.
Okay.
And I called Rachel. I'm like, Rachel, telling her, Rachel go to social media with it.
What she told everybody.
And they took it. Bob took it off the table because he was mad. Steve called me without talking to him.
Yeah. No,
Thanks, Rach.
that was a he said stupid. Thanks, Rach. That was dope though. I mean to be able to see the chemistry and how them dudes dropped their egos and how fucking good that team was, bro. That shit was a blessing just to be there and a good way to end.
So Larry just not here. We know, but
Got a little bit of history
he knows
with
well.
him.
Yeah, he knows us real well.
Got a little bit of history.
That's our guy.
We want to thank Tina, obviously, for bringing this through. Thank the NBA. Thank
y'all.
the people that decided All the Smoke was going to be the first stop on the West Coast, man. It's a tremendous honor.
Thanks, Tina.
Thank you guys for sitting here and chopping it up with us. We'll catch you guys soon.